What's up, y'all? Hope y'all can see me. Might be a little cut off over here on the top. But what's up, y'all? It's me, Tasha C. And Lord, I'm like, whew. I know this is off the subject, but yesterday, I haven't put them up yet. I'll probably put them later on today, as soon as possible. I caught up most of the reviews I was going to do all yesterday. Game ain't that much, but the principle is I did a lot of reviews. And I watched these last two shows, but I was so tired. It was about 4 or 5 in the morning. Eventually, I ain't gonna be doing that too much anymore in the near future. But it's just doing what I can. But anyways, y'all, in this particular review, by the way, like I said, shout out to my YouTube fam. Thank you to all my old new subscribers. I can never say that enough. Thank you. And if you're not a subscriber yet, click down the subscribe button and like, rate, and share this video. But thank you for, like I said, for all the love, support. I always thank you. Thank you so much. Love y'all. But anyway, in this particular view, we got Mary season 3, episode what? Ain't this number 3 now or something? I think it is. And what it really focused on is really you're seeing more of the crumbleness of this relationship. Like, it's a shout out to Mark Ritz. It was also one of my subscribers that commented. I'm sorry I forgot your name because I just rushed and I forgot to look at in the comment section, but somebody else had gave me some good information. Hopefully to remember your name next time, so don't think I didn't see your comment or I'm not trying to remember your name. It was a couple of subscribers who commented who let me know already. I mean, I heard about it, but about that it is true that he has left. And the Destiny, I hope I'm saying the lady's name, her awesome artist, is also under Mitch Maximum label, I think. And also the Ghetto B with the A, shout out to her. She also does Mary reviews. So does Marcus Williams. So does Some More Love. So does Bonnie Blue. So I'm just letting y'all know in there who are some of the people. And also I think Ja Too Wavy, shout out her. I think she did at least one or couple reviews. So check her out as well. But what I'm trying to say is that the Ghetto View has did a review on a recent album, so please check her out and check out the review and see if you like what you want to hear and maybe you want to support. Okay, all right. So in this one, like I said, we see the demise and the continued collapse of the Mitch and Mary thing. And then I know I'm fast forwarding. I'm sorry, y'all. If y'all new to this, I am a random person, but you can. Mitch let it know, like, they've been in the game for 12 years, okay, that's a decade plus 2 years, okay, and, what I noticed is that, actually, it turns out that Mitch's number was number 4, so even though, supposedly, the new, Erica ended up going back to her old manager, who has worked with Janet Jackson, Sierra, I don't know if he still manages for them, but, she's hired. He's worked for some important artists and stuff like that. I don't know why he kind of left in the first place, maybe to venture out or whatever with certain other artists. But yeah. So one of the things is, again, still, Tina has not told Mitch. She's told the world, but she's not told Mitch who's her manager and stuff like that yet. I mean, about the situation with Teddy. And it's like I said, all the build up and animosity towards Mitch Teddy and whatever other else might be going on is going on Mitch. And then it was a little, if y'all seen, I seen part of it because for some reason my DVR, even though I have it set, set to record the show at 9 o'clock. For some reason I always had to keep out, I don't know, some weird area. I guess it's like it rejects Mary or whatever, but it's the only problem I have recording the show like supposed to the DVR. For some reason it's like I don't even want to deal with this. I don't know. But so some of the episode I had to watch and record, or I had to go back and record and catch it in the next showing, which you watch exclusively. So when the part about what Mitch is talking about, he was able to get him on The View and stuff like that. We all know how popular The View is and stuff like that to this day. They all in a commentary like, we need to get a break, and yeah, but our publicist already tell about. It's just if y'all watch that. And a lot, like most of us now, not be biased and I still love the music, but this is the curse of some I've seen that's happened to certain musicians like Nicole Kidman and Kelly Price and some other folks and Coco, we're starting to see certain artists, and it's true, it's so true. I think the Ghetto View, and I think some more love has already said this. I think even Squeaky Jones, there's out to Squeaky Jones as well, and other people. Sometimes, even though you have great talent and stuff, and these particular all examples of singers, um, once they see this attitude or possibly all this knit and knit, a lot of people are not going to be, um, they're gonna look at you kind of ways. But like, we ain't gonna say like Mitch at times needs to keep sometimes his attitude to our control as well too. We ain't gonna sit here and say he's an innocent victim. But at the same time is we even see like Erica and Tina sometimes with the Google situation. I know I've been rambling and rampant. I'm just saying. Yeah, but even with them, they expect her to be used to be on call, and I ain't, I Google sometimes, instead as well. But the right is right, is wrong is wrong, and this is personally my opinion. So the first scene is they post, like I said, get ready to go to New York to go to the View, and still you could just see the tension in the house because it's about the whole thing about still who's going to be the manager and blah 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 and everything else, and so, it's still just the tension there and everything else, and then they're on the way to go to View, and of course Warren is with them, and then before, they go on a View, they do a great job, but even right before then, Erica and Warren and are having time and talking about business stuff, and she said she sent the track so some of her gospel friends can hear it, and Warren now is all seem to be focused on, he really is almost like trying to sit there and brush off the Mary brand, which he was the producer anyway. I don't know if that's how they met each other, him and Erica met each other and stuff like that. But it's not. He kind of pushing away from the Mary brand and wants to focus on Erica and her career, and just be like it just be Erica Campbell, not Mary anymore, And he's basically even telling her, you ain't fine like you're supposed to do and stuff like that. And he's like, what you doing? Even and Tina also, y'all seen part of it, like, 'cause I only seen a part of it to see what I couldn't see in the previous show. And she was even saying like, yeah, he has a certain sound, certain brand, so he is right. You could be in gobble. 'Cause he let her even know like, you're gullible, you being on me. What you doing now? You getting out free something, people gonna copy your style and stuff. And Erica's just like, because he's like, yeah, these may be your friends, but you're good competition. But this ain't just no rape competition, but friendly competition. Basically, like, he basically like they might be hungry out for blood, and read the Psalms a minute later. So basically, it's like So here's also, I think he was asking her something about the manager, and this is when she was talking about their old manager, the first manager they had when they began Mary. She's thinking about asking him for a solo career, but she still, it's like in here towards them about the Mitch thing, and I don't know if Warren has influence on her or stuff like that, but he, let her know like I got other artists and blah blah blah. She'll take the chance because after they do the View, they do a good job and everything, and the thing is now Mitch, considering that he does not do anything, or there's like he's such a bad manager and stuff, and like I said, I keep saying over again, it's like, for the best thing, it probably worked out for Mitch that he's no longer their manager, because it's just it's too much drama. And she has, they heard her song, and this distributing company, I think it's still got to do with her husband's label on My Block or whatever records, and they're coming in, they're basically giving an opportunity, there's a special emergency meeting, and there's this important meeting that Mary is about to be spinning off, even though Mitch doesn't do anything, or it's more negative than positive, okay? And he makes them lose a lot of money, like I said, the baby situation and cancel. Like I said, we know that it's important about the babies and stuff like that, and Erica's health, and he would take, but like I said, they had to do a lot of cancellations based on, some of their choices as well too. But like I said, it's all about Mitch is the only one that has done stuff, and we have kind of seen. Okay, anyway, y'all. So, they are about to, I don't know if the bags is out yet, but like I said, get that money. And they are also supposed to get a deal with like these certain Perch brands, with Mary. So it's like some more endorsements. And, more money, more cash, something like that, branching out the brand. And, but Erica, this meeting, because a radio show wants to interview her around the time that's going to overlap with this meeting to get these, to make an idea about these purses, these with their brand name. So, of course, Tina's up here encouraging her, because she calls and stuff like that. She goes to the thing, and she's been with Mary so long. When they do this interview, she slips and says, well, Mary, new project. Even Warren's like, why the heck did you say that? And Erica's like, I have been with them for the past, Mary for the past 12 years, so that's something I have to get used to. So I don't know if, and I'm not trying to sit here and be negative stuff like that, but I'm thinking like, does she go? Oh, wait, let me do this, y'all. Open in the comments below. Do you really think Erica really wants to just go 100% solo, or it's really trying to be pushed like her husband is really trying to solo push? Not to say she doesn't want a solo career, but I don't think she really wants to like leave Mary like that. You know what I mean? Or do you think like she does want to leave and just happens to be a Warren and Grease when he's kind of like that tough low type of dude? Let me know in the comments below, y'all. So I kind of feel like so here's another thing. So they meet with their publicists after they go to the View. I think this is right before she did the interview. Sorry about that, y'all. I am brand dumb as usual. And the publicists, they were with Mitch. And then, of course, Erica's bringing up about her career. And Mitch is kind of like, okay, here's this thing, y'all. Okay, of course, he ain't got nothing to do. And he is kind of hurt about that he didn't get a chance since he already's been managing their career and doing all this other stuff with them. I mean, their company. There's other people that work behind the scenes for his company because he let Erica know at the end, like, we do this. A lot of times we work for y'all for free. We. Okay, so I don't think that means just in French. In this case, it means plural for other folks. So, she, on the other hand, they were talking. Erica brings it up with their meeting publishers, and again, Mitch just was like, I guess we thought it was edited, but the meeting was just focused on, okay, instead of Mary, y'all, you just think about your career. And so he's like, that's basically being selfish, right? And so Tina decides to talk to publishers alone. She missed her that she talked to Ebony, and then about this, Teddy's and his multiple affairs. And I'm not trying to be funny or anything, but I mean it's affairs with an S, plural. And the publisher's just shocked, like, oh Lord, I gotta do a lot of PR out there. But she was trying to be encouraging to Tina, like, well, this is a brave thing you do. You might be able to help somebody with the situation and stuff like that. So, oh, sorry, y'all. So, this can be more helpful and stuff like that, to give you strength or whatever. But, it can also help somebody else. So you're doing something brave and something helpful, But again, she still never told Mitch about what is going on. So you got another scene, whereas after, I think it's when they forward and after they went to this, when Erica arrives at the, right before they go to the purse meeting and stuff like that, I think there's a day where her and Erica walk in the park and they're just taking a breather. And then, Tina, it was still sad, despite how, they starting to be kind of a little bit nerve-wracking with this whole thing, or treatment of mix, I'm sorry, or how they are some of these demands. It is sad to see Tina and even just see the emotions of seeing Erica feel. And also Erica personally knew how many times or one time or whatever being in that situation, which we found out from last episode. And so we have Tina breaking down, and I mean, I agree with, like, I don't like even sharing my cookies, my Skittles, my steak, my shake, my spring water, fruit punch, water, bottled water, and let alone my man. So she was just saying, like, some days she wants to work out and love it. She just feels like this is the worst hurt that she's ever felt in life. It's just, it's the ultimate betrayal. And, Erica's just trying to tell her to be strong, learn forgiveness. But it was true that Tina also said this. I can't agree with her on this. It's like, yeah, you can forgive, but that doesn't mean, like, you forget or you still have to tolerate a certain situation. You can move on for that. But I know Erica's trying to say to a certain point, like, try to fight for your family type of thing. But then Tina's just like, there's just too much for her to find all this information, and not just find it once, but, if it is true, that family friend thing, that the rumors is one of those people, and it was multiple women are what they heard from. It's really a lot, And then she's on the road again. So she probably is thinking still, she didn't say in this episode, but, then she kind of think every time she's on the road that he doing something, So, anyways, she kind of just have that little moment and stuff like that. So after the meeting, Erica comes in late. And even Mitch, after the meeting, because I'm fast forwarding. So after the next day, when Erica does her interview, and she comes late to the purse meeting, because before they go in there, Mitch is like wondering, like, where is Erica? And of course, Tina's like, oh, she been where? I'll be able to handle it. I'll be him. Mitch is just like, this is some BS, basically, right? Or ain't this about a Mitch? Is really what he wants to say, right? So, anyways, they end up she ends up coming in late, but they are, I guess, in the process of making these bags. They're like, for the, mom, but they're mom bags. They have sleek. They are supposed to be fashionable bags, but they also are durable enough that you can, throw some diapers in there, some baby powders, some baby wipes, and call it a day, and maybe a couple bottles or a breast pump. I don't know. But I'm just saying this is kind of like, especially with them, they're like, this is a good idea. Consider you are moms as well. Moms with young children. They still they both yeah, they both of their they both got kids that are in diapers still and stuff like that. So that's awesome. But even then, you can add some little snacks in there for the babies and stuff. I'm just rambling, but it is a good thing. It's a good idea. And so, but like I said, after the meeting, Mitch is all talking to them in the hallway like, well, what was all this? And I guess again, about them being late. How Erica now in the confessionals is like, I don't know, with Mitch, with his behavior, blah, 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 say, da, da, da. So it's just like, it's just really a repeating pattern. I don't even remember it because it's just a repeating thing. It just feel like, okay, whatever, I was able to show up type of thing. I think that's what was said. So Mitch goes to visit her because now Erica is in their room and they have a new stylist at Google, because Google's doing all thing, getting sick and tired of them or whatever, and has some of this new stylist. Now the outfit was cute except the pants in the area, and I don't mean to say the garage area, but that's pretty much when you want to say. And it was this weird bagginess, as some more love says, it looked like like a baby in a diaper and it just booming by the sack, but it just looked at a regular like some regular pants it's on sale for $2 and they somehow TJ Maxx or when AJ Wright used to be open. It just seemed like some pants or something that were not supposed to be made that way, but they still trying to sell them off to somebody and sell them less for like 50 cents. It just the way the bagginess was weird. Here you have everything else fitting. And I could see there were the Hammer Time pants and stuff like that. Then we'll understand. But the way it was fitting, and then you got all this weird ass bagginess in the middle. I'm just saying. So, anyways, we have the styles, whatever, and then Mitch comes over there, and she's asking him, is he going to come to to the thing? And like I said, he kind of is still hurting, and him and his darn ego, and he's basically first had told her no. Erica's now so now you first said you don't want him as his manager. He finally had to track you down in the parking lot. He was about to try to come and repo your car, put a ticket on it, and to ask you like what was said. Even though I don't think he should honestly have went that route, but he's basically like this. Like I said, even though Mitch is annoying, it's just to a point at times still. It right and wrong is wrong, and it's kind of like, why is it that like you're not gonna have a manager match? But I guess it's like the thing of if he didn't come to her, I guess premiere of her song or whatever, or her doing a song that really shows his character. But you've been telling him like now he has not delivered and all this other stuff, whatever. So what difference that make? He kind of pretty much knows that he's on the borderline. I think he even was it this season or last season? He basically like, y'all got a problem, y'all just fire me right here, not right now, okay? So it's not like saying he hasn't like said it or he's like, okay, when you really okay, just say the words. I mean, I could have sworn that was said. Y'all put in the comments below if y'all think it ain't. But, I mean, or what was said. I could have sworn he said it. But, so, he does end up coming. Even though he's kind of frustrated his manager side, he is trying to support Erica in the thing. First, Erica, was singing and she could see dark, so she was trying to feel the audience and she wasn't able to feel the audience because she's somewhere in the village or something like that. Oh, yeah, y'all. This part here is the part that came right before that's how she ended up getting the interview. And ironically, that's what I'm saying, that's how she overlapped the meaning. Like I said, y'all are random. And I just didn't think about it. But yeah, she basically, at first, she was philosophy, but she was able to get a guitar, feel the song, grab the shirt, and then she was able to get the audience feel. And because this is one of those places kind of similar to the Apollo, whereas you do well, people are going to accept you. And if you don't do well, it's not going to be too well as far as results. And just going to be like brush off, okay? So because of her performance, Mitch has said this is bittersweet because he's actually proud of Erica, but at the same time he's kind of like sick to his stomach because it's just like I'm promoting somebody who don't want me even as their manager or something like that, or Kurt, I guess maybe that's what it is. It's like I'm supporting somebody who doesn't feel like I'm supporting them and they're not supporting me back. I think that's where I was getting at. So The second to last scene that I want to talk about, cause was excuse me, y'all. She met up with the old manager and was trying to ask him to be her new manager, and turns out, ta-da, she was able to do so, right? And so, like I said, and by the way, y'all, did y'all notice through this whole scene, or I'm starting to pay attention, every time it was supposed to be like something that was said that was going to be like, oh my gosh, or like, supposed to be like a shocker or something. Did y'all hear seem like a simple sound effect or somebody with the drums? Like Erica, for example, Warren. She Erica might have to leave Mary alone. It might be, or in Mary might end of her career kicks off. Mitch might get fired. Ding. Mitch better get it together. Ding. I don't know about Mitch. Ding. I don't know about this situation. Ding. This might happen. They keep it up. Ding. Did y'all just hear that little noise that kept like, it was some suspense noise and stuff, and we had to at least hear it, I swear, about 5 times. So, Erica was able to get this dude, the old manager, as her new manager for the solo career, so she had about that right. So the main throwdown was, or the last scene, was she goes to meet Mitch to tell him about finally, because Mitch, maybe even though he knew he was going to manage, I guess a slight part of him maybe still thought maybe Erica was going to change his mind or whatever, because when she flat out came to him just to tell him, oh, by the way, I got a new manager and stuff like that, he was just like, really? He's like, okay, and then, they got back and forth, because again, now Erica's saying about all the bad stuff that he has done, and, they don't want to give him credit for this and this, and he was like, all the money we had lost, from all these performers, and he was like, letting them know, like, it's a lot of times, our management has worked a lot of days for free on the y'all account, because like I said, Mitch did, I don't know about the lawsuits in the process, but Mitch is selling them from unpaid fees, so if we find out that he won, then that means, like, some of that stuff was a little contradicting, like, something ain't matching here. Okay, so, but like I said, something is wrong. Well, I don't know what Ms. like that, but for them, every certain amount of years, every 3 years, they go through a manager, or something's up. I don't know, because of course, like I said, Mary and them had to tell them last one. You know who we were, because he married. Here go Erica. Where we were, we were getting into, blah blah blah. You got manage us and everything else, and he's just like, okay, you're on management before. Who's saying long this one gonna be? So it was just back and forth. Because for 1 second, he did kind of the voice to get higher. And I think that's supposed to carry over to the next episode where Warren's going to check Mitch and all this other stuff or whatever for yelling at Erica and stuff like that or whatever, right? It's like, y'all sick and tired, man. Well, like I said, y'all just cut ties now. This is I don't know. It just reminds me of part 2 of like what Justin was calling himself, Gugu's now ex, I think still. Was coming at him after the shit. But like I said, Mitch had some time. But let me know what y'all think. Was Mitch in the wrong? Or was Erica in the wrong? Or whatever the case was. Because in the end, when they're going back and forth about who did what for the people, and he just feel like just frustrated, tired, and blah, blah, blah. And it was just really just part 2 or part 3 or part 4, whatever conversation they were recently having on the regular with Mitch about not really delivering stuff like that and stuff of that nature. And this is why this is happening, blah, blah, blah. And then Mitch got on a point, you know what, basically Durner almost did the church finger going on. Because, like I said, we had to hear that symbol. You know what, but, you could be replaced. Well, look at you with all these managers. And then all of a sudden, so he basically Durner did the church. Sometimes when they come in here, Mitch always does this look like this. Y'all know this? Like, it's like, oh, really, Mitch? Really, Mitch? I don't know. He just be giving this look. So, he ends up basically leaving out like, I'm done, whatever the case is, whatever, and just walks out and leaves Erica there, okay? And that's pretty much how it ends. Well, alright, y'all. You have a pleasant week, a pleasant night, pleasant weekend, and we'll see next week about Warren, or, Warren is now going to get in time to mix about, because he yelled at his wife or whatever, and we'll see from that. But like I said, alright, y'all. Take care. Love y'all.